Hey guys, here we are for the Pennzoil Cup Series, Season 2, Race 21 at Texas. This is a big turning point in the chase for the Pennzoil Cup, as this describes. Basically, we're going into the point of no return. If you have a bad race here, it's going to be very hard to come back from it. Coming into the chase, we have 9 drivers left, all within about 50 points of each other. That's still only one race, and if you're on top and have just the perfect bad day, you can be thrown out of the chase. 2 drivers will be eliminated after this race, but you still got to look out for that other driver that's not in the chase to end up winning. It's all uncertainties, but we're gonna have to see how it plays out going into this race. Here's your starting lineup with Michael Kraft and Ryan Dunn on the pole, Jay Barker and Michael Jones, both chasers in row 2, Nick Purcell and Sam Rogers line up in row 3, row 4, Zach Cars and Derek Petrie in the 53 car, row 5, Jay Durrel, 5-time winner now, and AJ Davidson. Row 6, Jack Newman and Jake Booker, National Racing teammates also in the chase. Row 7, Kyle Singer and Ferdinand Gabat. Row 8, Kyle Collins and Cody Russell. Row 9 has Daniel Voiles and Kevin Ulrich in the 34. Row 10, Blaine Keys and Addison Steinbeck, 2 guys who were in the chase, not anymore. Row 11 has Rick Witt and Giovanni Barraza. Row 12, Webster Zygarde and Zach Moski. Zygarde is still looking for his first win. Row 13, Brian Lenning and Chloe Baker. Row 14, Callum Wood and Brian Boone. Callum still driving the 8 car this race. Row 15, Nicholas Zamudio and Joseph Srigley. Row 16, Aaron Lukes and Edis Dempet-Carr. Row 17, Gary Weaver and David Barraza. Row 18, Eric Willis and Ethan McDowell. 2 guys never in the chase. Row 19, Cooper Siron and Arsh Hussain. Bad starting spot for him. Row 20, Nikita Briskoff and Brock McMahon. And finally, row 21, Daniel Maxwell and Andrew Jordan. Here is the people that did not qualify for this race, specifically Jose Viquez, your Rookie of the Year points leader, but more on that later. Green flag is out as we are getting ready to start the 21st race of the season. Michael Kraft, this is his first pole of the season, really is the highlight of his season so far. He did make the chase, however, nothing has gone really right for him. No wins, so currently he's not in that the Bud shootout that he wanted to be in next season to end off his career. But the 11 car looking to get a win here today. But as we saw in practice, this track offers very high speeds and offers pack racing, which you do not normally see at 1.5 miles. But Texas is one of the tracks that does offer this, and we see it right now with Michael Jones going to the inside. The 47 car was quick, and he's managing to show it right now. And oh, I see smoke! Already a car off the pace. That was Nick Purcell. And Purcell started so well last week, and he started good here again. We thought we might see a little bit of a better showing of Purcell's this time around, and obviously it's not going to happen. Purcell's out of the race, 42nd for the 00 car. Michael Jones, however, continues to lead. That did break up the pack a little, but we should see it start to come back together here. You see it broken up back there, but behind the 47 car, you see Jay Barker. Barker is coming in here in 3rd place in points. Barker dropped a little after last week, but was not that big of a drop, as he's still 3rd. It's still pretty good. There will be 7 people after this race, if you remember. But how about this? Sam Rogers coming in on the inside. However, this should not come as a surprise. He is actually a winner in the series. Just kind of undershadowed for the 54 team. He is going to be coming back on that ride next year, though. Brian Lenning, also a chaser, however, is having a bad day so far. He struggled all week, let's just say that. The 22 car has been lacking speed, and coming in here 9th place in points, it's going to be very hard for him to dig himself out of that hole. Take 5 on the hood of that car for this week, sponsoring the car, a Hershey's product, just a different name, kind of resembling his old scheme of last year, which was it's kind of nostalgic. But you see the 70 car on the outside, he just dropped out of the chase last week. Looking at Chloe Baker, and Chloe has been surrounded by controversy as Double T Motorsports announced that Chloe Baker will be returning in the 03 car, but as of late, they have gone back on their decision after continuous bad runs and not qualifying for races, and they have called Chloe Baker as not coming back to this team, which is kind of confusing, but I assume that they're not just going to let you pass if you just continue to have bad races. Good to see Double Team Motorsports keeping their standards up, but not so good news for Chloe Baker. Most likely she'll be down in the CAS for next season. Jay Durrel, how much can we talk about him? 5 wins now. We thought it was going to be 4. And we still haven't even made it to Watkins Glen yet, which road courses are his specialty, so we're going to see him to see if he can win there. Currently topping the chase standings right now, only by 8 points, excuse me. But the 43 car still is looking very hot going into that race. The 8 car, Callum Wood. There is a bit of a controversy behind this car as well. However, it's because of sponsorship. The Avis Budget Corporation was supposed to be on this car this week. You see him on the car right now. But Freescale was wanting to sponsor the car again because Callum Wood was driving it. However, a huge sponsor disagreement, and eventually Budget won out. But they had to use one of Hergiel's cars because they could not get a remake for Callum to the track quick enough. And that's why you see Alonso above the door. So that could be very problematic for the A team, as Freescale is very disappointed after that exchange of that meeting that came into place. And oh no, what is that? The 43 car is over and caution is thrown on the track, and the 43 is up on the safer barrier. And I'm not sure what just happened there. The 43 looked like he lost power. And we were just talking about him, and this is not how he wanted his day to go. He's just gonna, it looks like he drives into the wall trying to keep it out of the crowd coming by, and he's gonna clutch Sam Rogers. That's a tough break for the 54 car, but how about the 43 of Durrel? This is gonna greatly impact how well he does in the chase. And wow, I was talking about how the chase, this is the turning point. If you have a bad race here, it could all go downhill from here. So if he has another bad look kind of scenario at Watkins Glen, that could be it for his chase season. But Durrel currently is out of the race, 41st. We saw the green flag with Webster Zygarde coming to the line. Zygarde was eliminated last week as well, along with Brian Boone and Zach Komoski, 3 really good drivers. But obviously it's that time of the chase now. We're going to eliminate some of the good drivers. Zygarde was the #1 driver heading into the chase. Did not show it though in the chase. We kind of predicted that as well. Daniel Voiles out in 17th, one of the early dropouts of the chase. But I also want to mention that's Chloe Baker running second. Double Team Motorsports might not want to speak too soon. Baker currently running out front right now in the HBO Toyota. Also back here, Aaron Luke's having a pretty solid run. He was also in the chase, out 14th. So a lot of chasers that are not in the chase anymore running up front. Nikita Rizkov is currently taking advantage of the situation of Jose Vequez not being in the race. Nikita and Jose most likely are going to be the last 2 guys to fight it out come chase time. Nikita's kind of blasted out of a cannon, has not DNQ'd in a while, and that's pretty much made him gain in spots and in points on the 51 car. The 53 car of Derek Petrie is very slow on the track, and it looks like he's had a collision on pit road. This is not good for Petrie. He was 7th coming into this race, and not too many points in front of 8th either. And there's going to be more problems with Rick Witt is going to have to make a pit stop, or maybe not. It looks like the rest of the field is going to come down. It looks like this is our scheduled pit stops, and this is way before the window, about 5 to 6 laps. We're going to have to see. Maybe the drivers are not getting good fuel mileage, and it looks like everyone will come down. And Rick Witt, because he's short pitted along with the other drivers, it looks like he will manage to get in front of most of the field, but not in front of Ryan Dunn and Kevin Ulrich. These 2 drivers are going to move to the top of the board. Dunn was in the chase as well, out 16th. A lot of drivers that were in the chase, but are not anymore, including Blaine Keys in the front, you see there. However, Jay Barker, you see running in this field. There is not much competition right now. The top 5 is consisting of him being the only chaser. In fact, a lot of chasers are not running well today. We see a couple running behind them, but an example being Derek Petrie. Cody Russell, however, is also in the chase. The 77 car, I haven't seen him all day, but he's been running pretty bad as well. You see him in the K&N Chevy back there. Don't know what to say. That big motorsports Chevys usually are pretty good when it comes to mile and a half, but they haven't been too good all week this week. And Derek Petrie could be fatal for his chase hopes, but Cody Russell is running second in points, so I don't think he'll drop anytime soon, or at least this race. Brian Lenning and AJ Davidson are also having problems. You see Lenning, we already talked about him having a bad race, but AJ Davidson was kind of confident coming into this. He did get an average qualifying start, but Davidson is just falling back. He's currently in that yellow zone right now, 8th coming into this race, which means he needs to move up if he wants to stay in the chase. Also, right in front of them, how about last year's champion running in the back as well, Jake Booker. And with those 5 drivers, we just named more than half of the chase grid, excluding Jack Newman, Jay Barker, Michael Jones, and Jay Durrell, who's also out. So a lot of oh, is that's smoke? It looks like Giovanni Barraza's having problems, and I don't know what caused. Oh, get down! Oh no! Giovanni Barraza's gonna take out the second field. In that pack, I see Michael Jones, and the caution is out. Oh, miss it! Someone's gonna get involved. I see Cooper Son. I think no, and more cars are gonna pile in. Someone flipping through the air, and it looks like that's Arsha Sane on the inside that was barrel rolling. I don't know what I just saw. Giovanni Barraza, he should have gotten down a long time ago, but it's just going to keep merging down, and right in front of the defenseless Joseph Strigley, and coming in, that's Cooper Saron right there, the first hit. But look at this. There's Arsha Sane and more cars. That's Michael Jones back there. He was having a great run today. You see, I don't know what the 92 was thinking. Oh, Kyle Collins involved. The 04, Ferdinand Gabat. And wow, a lot of drivers taken out. You see Brian Lenny and Cody Russell just make it through. Was there a chaser in that pack? I did not see, actually. You see, there's Cooper Saron. He's going to get damaged. Oh, AJ Davidson is out. And there's Derek Petrie. So I was wrong. There's 2 more chase drivers involved in this. And that is surprising. We're going to ride on board Derek Petrie and just following the leader, and that is not what you want to do. You want to slow down as much as you can. That was a little bit of a derp wreck, if I say so. But wow, that is 2 drivers out right now, including Jay Durrell and Derek Petrie and AJ Davidson. Most likely those will be the 2 guys that are out. We saw the green flag with Jay Barker leading, and he happens to be just the last chase driver that's not encountered problems. Actually, scratch that. Jack Newman, I don't believe, has encountered problems either, but I don't see him at all in the screen, so he's not doing too well either. And Barker's just dominating this race. Oh no! He's slowing! I don't think that he should be coming down pit road. But he is. The number 2 car is coming down pit road, and the Bass Pro Shop Chevy is going to make an unscheduled pit stop. I don't know yet the reason, but that's going to leave the lead to Blaine Keys. Just got dropped out of the chase in 18th place. One of the most disappointing stories of the season so far. But the 60 car is now leading the race. The 37 is a lap down at this point. Kyle Singer's not been a good season for him all year long. But those 2 cars are going to lead the field. And you see the gap right there as the field is going to split the 12 and the 47. You see Michael Jones, the impact of being in that wreck has on his car. Everyone's just going to split him. Good driving by everyone, but I'm still flattered by that wreck. I don't understand what they were thinking. However, as we see the pack, such as normal draft situations, the pack is going to suck them back in a little bit. You see them closing in. But how about this? The 99 car of Daniel Voiles is the one leading the pack. Fun fact, Voiles won this race last year. And look who's right behind him, Chloe Baker in the HBO Toyota. She's still running up front. Double T Motorsports might want to rethink that statement. And just like that, the gap has been reeled in, and Blaine Keys is going to have to fight for the win. About 5 laps to go now on the field is Daniel Voiles. Underneath Kyle Singer, the lap car is going to move out of the way. Callum Wood also moving into the picture. A lot of underrated drivers up front here, and no chasers in sight. Wait, is that Brian Lenning is on the inside 3rd in line? The 22 car has managed to fight his way up. And it looks like under that caution they made some adjustments and they are running up front. And what a race for the 22 car if he could win this. Callum Wood's going to pull out front, and we are down to the final couple laps. I see Callum Wood out front, but The 47 is going to become a little bit of a roadblock. However, it looks like everyone's going to make it through. Webster Zygarde. Ooh, Ryan Dunn. Looks like Ryan Dunn and the entire inside line is going to be held up. In your front three, Callum Wood, Brian Lenning, and Daniel Voiles. Lenning moved out of the way. Here we go for the final 2 laps of the race. And they're going to go 3 wide at turn 4. Callum Wood on the outside. Someone was slow in pit road. I'm not sure what that was. Did not see a chase banner though. 2 laps left. Callum Wood fighting Daniel Voiles for the top spot. Callum Wood trying to bring the 8 car to a 3rd win in his first of his career. But Daniel Voiles out front trying to make 2 for 2 at this track. And how sweet would a victory be for Blaine Keys? His team has been through some hard times recently with the Sergio Arvin Alonso deal. In fact, coincidentally, that's with the 8 car. See the final lap out in the air. Kyle Collins a slow car, and they're gonna get together. And it looks like Kyle Collins will be able to move out of the way in time though, and that will put Daniel Voiles on the top spot. Coming in behind, I see Zach Komoski, and Jake Booker has worked his way up. Last year's champion is up in the top 5. Out of turn 4 though, it looks like history will repeat itself. No competition, as checkered flag will be waving. Daniel Voiles will get the checkered flag for the 2nd year in a row, and that will be Red Viper Racing's 3rd win of the season if you count Daniel Voiles' Bud Shootout win. But that's definitely a well-deserved win. 3 races after Rick Witt got his first win. And Daniel Voiles goes 2 for 2 at Texas, and what a great feeling, as Voiles is going to do burnouts in the grass. And you see the finishing results. Daniel Voiles on top of the grid, with Zach Komoski kind of falling into 2nd. Some sleepers up front here. Edistem Padkar, did not see him all day. He's up front, as well as Jack Newman managing to finish 10th. I don't believe I saw him at all day. But you see the chasers who managed to shine today. Brian Lenning, Jake Booker, and Jack Newman. Those are the only 3 chasers in the top 14. Many chasers had problems, and we're looking through the grid. You see Cody Russell's the next highest chaser in 21st. Yeah, I think Jay Barker will most likely leave with the points lead, because he did come in here in 3rd. Or maybe it would be Jack Newman. I don't know. We're going to have to see. You see Michael Jones, Jay Barker, and Cody Russell on this page. But we still got a couple more chasers on the last one. In fact, there's 3 on each page because we have 9 chasers left. You see Nikita Rizkov, not a good finish for him. And now here's the back 3. And like we suspected, Derek Petrie, AJ Davis, and Jay Durrel all out of the race. Durrell, engine problems cost him another win. He could have gotten a 6th win. And Derek Petrie and AJ Davidson, I believe, are going to be the 2 guys that are out of the chase because they were 7th and 8th coming in. And it's not like Jay Durrell can fill the gap for them, as he was up front. He's most likely going to fall from the point lead as well. But here's the official standings, and I was correct. AJ Davidson and Derek Petrie out of the chase. And Brian Lenning, who is 9th coming in, is going to rock himself back up to 7th and keep himself alive in the chase. AJ Davidson being eliminated also eliminates all the Fords from chase competition. Toyotas are already eliminated with Zach Komoski. But looking out front, how about Jake Booker up top on the chase standings? This is looking a lot like last year with Jake Booker on top. Could he just somehow sneak his way up and get himself a 2nd chase? I don't know, we're going to have to see. But look at Jay Durrell. He's going to need a good race next week because he is 5th now. We're going to take a quick break from the chase, and here's your Rookie of the Year points standings. We see Jose Viquez still missing races and still making a demanding lead, but Nikita Rizkov's taking away point by point that lead, and it's growing smaller. So we're going to have to see if Nikita can manage to catch Jose by the end of the year, or if Nikita will stumble and lose points to Jose Viquez in the coming races. Here is your graphic for the chase for the Pennzoil Cup, and you see more names get blotted out in red, as we have 7 contenders left to fight it out for the chase. And it's getting really good here. We only got, I believe, 3 more races left. Watkins Glen, Phoenix, and then Armory Digital. The Pennzoil Cup Series will see you next week at Watkins Glen. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week.